The Qur'an is rooted in its own specific context. However, Muslims over time have been able to understand it through their context. And how is that? That is because the Qur'an speaks to fundamental aspects of human nature. What is it talking about? It's talking about our basic tendencies. Do we have the basic tendency to greed? Yes, we do. We have the basic tendency that if we have wealth, we wouldn't maybe naturally want to give it away. But then it's also speaking to the basic tendency of wanting to help people, which would be to help the poor and the needy, to be charitable, to give that wealth away in ways that would foster goodness, right? So the giving of the wealth is goodness in itself, but you can also give it to causes that are good, right? That will foster goodness. So I use the example of giving wealth because, of course, that's a really major Quranic injunction. And you essentially almost cannot be a believer unless you enact some good works. And one of those is charity. And so you have these fundamental basic principles of human nature that are, in a sense, unchanging. And the Qur'an did not emerge in some kind of a vacuum also. Of course, Christian and Jewish thinkers at that time, in what historians call the period late antiquity, those thinkers were also thinking about how to manage the self, how to manage the passions, how to direct the self in a way that was towards moral goodness. But the Qur'an put this so succinctly in a way that actually pertained to its society, but if read in context, and if you read it with the moral eye on what you're reading, then you can understand how that could be transferred over time and place.